Welcome back to Luddy Career Jumpstart series, and today we have a special guest, Sarah Sim from EY. She was an old Luddy Career Services peer advisor, and after graduation moved into product management practice. Sarah, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, and I'm super excited to share anything and hopefully help some students out.
Yeah, when I met with Sarah earlier in this year, she talked a lot about how technology is a huge field and how it's applied to so many other parts of the world. And it's confusing because there's so many spots in tech that it's hard to find one. And Sarah was wondering if you could talk to us a little bit about how someone kind of finds where they want to work in technology.
Yeah, I mean, two main things with this is number one, it's don't limit yourself. Don't try to find the one right outside of college. You're going to get frozen. You're going to freeze yourself. And then the second thing is your network and how it really depends on who you know and what kind of work that they're doing, if they share information about what they're doing and if it appeals to you. There's just so many factors that are in play when you are figuring out your career. So by no means does it mean that there's an answer of where you're supposed to be. When you find it, maybe you'll know. But your goal shouldn't be, out of college, I need to join this role at this type of company because I'm supposed to know by now. Definitely not. People my age, people older than me, or have been in the professional world longer than me, they still don't know, and they're still trying to figure it out too. So lean on your network, your mentors, people who have gone through the process a little bit longer before you. They can impart any advice and just be open to that. Don't freeze up, because then you're not going to be able to choose and you're going to feel terrible at the same time.
Yeah, it's like, since technology grows so fast, right? We almost grow with it, right? We have to adapt. And sometimes you find things that you never thought you'd like, right? I know you mentioned before, in college you were getting involved and you were trying to find your interest. And I was just wondering, through school, how important is it to just get involved? How did it help you find your interest? And where do you think things outside of technology can kind of help guide you where you want to be?
Yeah, and while you're in school, just meet people. Look kind of deeper in yourself. Figure out what brings you energy, what makes you excited, what do you want to spread or share, and then find the club or activity that matches that. At IU, then you'll find like-minded people. You'll find people who might have the same interests as you, who have a better idea or a more developed idea of where they want to go, and then boom, you have an idea of where you might want to go. So again, that's the whole networking piece, but you can't fake it. You can't join something that just because someone else is doing it seems like a successful thing to do. Try to follow kind of where your personality takes you, but also be open to all the things that you never really thought would be something that you would want to do. So yeah, I would say make sure to network when you're in college. You're this person who sits next to you, quote unquote, in class could be someone that you go into your next internship or full-time job with. That actually happened to me. So yeah, you never know, and just keep your eyes and ears open.
Yeah, I mean, especially now that we're in a virtual world, sitting next to a student isn't even a possibility, unfortunately. But when you are involved with that, reaching out, kind of taking the more steps, taking those initiatives definitely is important to help build your confidence, building that network, and building your story.
And also, not only that, but there's also the idea of your soft skills and how you're able to present yourself to the people around you when it comes to first impressions, when it comes to building your relationships with them. Me being in a consulting background, we have to pass the airport test when you're in an interview, which is if I'm talking to this person for 30 minutes, from the impact that I got from them, or first impression, then do I want to sit in the airport with them if I'm delayed going back home for 4 hours, right? So that's the airport test that people do with each other, and that all comes down to, are you able to connect with people? Are you able to speak clearly and do a little small talk? And so those are all the things that you can practice when you're in university as well.
Definitely. I love that example too, because you don't think about that side of it. I think everyone thinks they're a little too robotic. Since we work in a technology company, people want this and this, but really they want people behind those screens. Sarah, do you have any closing thoughts for us? Thank you for coming on. From your experience, Any other thoughts?
Yeah, the idea of comparing yourself to someone who went through their own journey. Try not to think too much on that. Use it as inspiration and use it as something to provide ideas to you. But you should know that there is a journey just waiting to happen for you. I know that sounds very corny, but it's very true. And, I never thought that the people that I would meet would be so closely tied to how much of a great time I've had coming out of college, how fulfilled that I've been able to get and be supported as well. And part of that was me knowing my needs and then communicating that out in many different ways to all the people around me. So please do continue working on, challenging yourself to do things that you normally wouldn't want to do. One of the things that set me on this path was I went to a seminar about rejection when I was a sophomore or junior. And they said, when's the last time that you've been rejected? Talk about it with the person next to you. And I literally, at that time, I couldn't remember any time when I had been rejected because I didn't put myself out there. And so once I did, and I got into, a hip hop dance crew that I never thought that I'd be able to, but I was able to get into that and connect with people in a way that it was in addition to all the other ways that I knew how to connect to people and learning about myself at the same time. So moral of the story is, think about that too. Maybe ask yourself that question. When's the last time that I really went out there and tried something new or pursued a thought that, into action that I had been thinking for a while, and just keep challenging yourself and it'll all be fun along the way. So own your own story, talk to people, get to know people, and the authenticity will lead you a long way.
Awesome. Couldn't have said any better, Sarah. Thank you very much for joining us. And to the rest of you guys, thank you for watching. Join us next time on Career Jumpstart, where we'll help you jumpstart your career in tech. Coming out with more episodes soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.